Hi, I'm Dr. Aseem Sharma. I'm a Chief Dermatologist at the Skin Saga Center for Dermatology in Mumbai, and we're going to talk about hair fall. So there are common causes for hair loss and thinning, which include any underlying stress, which include a lack of sleep, improper lifestyle, which a lot of us have these days, improper diet, and an underlying concoction of genetics and a hormonal imbalance, which is an androgenic balance. So that's a great question. Basis on your hair type, you can have different kinds of hair fall. When it comes to hair loss, it is usually very common. But if I were to tell you the types of hair, so for example, it's easy for us to figure out hair types. You could either have fine hair, which are razor sharp. You could have thin hair. You could have wavy hair, and you could have curly hair. So just to give you a small example, somebody with curly hair is more prone to hair loss and hair breakage also, because hair gets entangled. Most of us as Indians have wavy hair, so that itself is a predisposition to having more hair fall or hair breakage. So luckily, a lot of our patients are very smart these days. I tell them to wear smartwatches and track their sleep. I feel sleep is the one most important thing which we don't tend to kind of address when we look at consultations. Patients need to sleep for 7 to 8 hours, especially if you're having hair fall, because that curbs the inflammation and does give rise to faster results. Along with that, we do lead very stressful lives nowadays, as I tell everybody. So we should, aim at stress mitigation, whatever is your jam there. That's the second thing which has to be done. The third thing in terms of lifestyle is diet. A lot of us either overdo protein or underdo protein. In both cases, you will have hair fall, because hair is essentially 90% protein. It's keratin. So you do need adequate protein to kind of, have hair regrowth. So these are a few lifestyle modifications which I suggest to my patients. Definitely. So for example, if you have an oily scalp, I'll digress a bit. If you have an oily scalp and you're producing too much oil, that's going to give rise to dandruff and inflammation. So in those cases, you will have to shampoo at least 2 to 3 times a week with a clarifying shampoo once, and probably with a mild shampoo the other times in a week. Always use a good conditioner post to prevent breakage. If somebody has a dry scalp, you would want to dial down on the clarifying part of things. Use daily based shampoos or gym shampoos or mild hydrating shampoos, and again condition every time you shampoo. So these are a few hair care practices which really work. There's one thing which I will say, oiling seems to be a very big notion in India. I don't deter anybody from oiling, but if you are oiling, the focus should be on the massage, because that gives you good circulation, and it should be done only once a week. Please don't oil your hair and scalps every day. For people with oily scalps, that is a death sentence. The simplest thing here is use the right shampoo for your hair type and the right conditioner for your hair type. Sometimes I see a lot of people using something which is meant for oily scalps in dry scalps, or something which is not meant to be used in people who have dandruff or inflammation. Sometimes the scalp is super dry. So in these cases, you need to match your hair products vis-a-vis your hair type and scalp type. And nowadays, like I said, it's very easy for us to see hair types, to see scalp types. So you should be using the right products. That's number one. The second thing which has to be done is always bank on nutritional supplements. Always bank on getting adequate nutrition, either from your diet if you're counting calories, or if you are fancy with apps or savvy. Otherwise, have a good routine and take nutritional supplements separately. So if your scalp is painful, some people get pain before they start getting hair loss. That is one warning sign which I tell patients. If you're getting that, you have to visit a dermatologist, because we need to see why you're getting that. The second thing is uncontrolled dandruff, or if you start getting flaking or redness on the front of the forehead. These are a few things where you really need to control them before matters get out of hand and hair fall ensues. So these signs, along with that, any dandruff which is not getting controlled, any inflammation which is not getting controlled, if you're losing more than 100 hair per day, these are a few warning signs where I would suggest that you consult a dermatologist ASAP. So that's it for today, guys. Any questions anybody has, do leave them in the comment section below, and we'll try to answer it. And we'll be back with you shortly with another exciting session on skincare.